Jehovah, you are the most high. Jehovah, you are the most high, Lord. Jehovah, you are the most high. Jehovah, you are the most high, Lord. Hey, Kevin De Bruyne is leaving the Premier League. KDB. Let me tell you something. KDB is so good that he is one of them players that absolutely deserves to have his name abbreviated. You know, a lot of people be trying to run with the abbreviations like MM7 or this and all these random things that people be making, you know what I mean? But only certified players deserve their name to be broken down like that, you know. R9, CR7, KDB. You know what I'm saying? You guys know exactly what I'm saying. R10. Only some people deserve their names to be broken down like that. And Kevin De Bruyne rightfully deserves it, man. We are talking about, right? When you're talking about the word legend, that's Kevin De Bruyne. When you're talking about the three words all-time great, that's Kevin De Bruyne. When you're talking about the word quality, that's Kevin De Bruyne. And lastly, when you're talking about the word creator, that is Kevin De Bruyne. Special player. One of the greatest players to ever play in the Premier League. And I'm sure in the comments, some of you guys are going to tell me he is the greatest player. He is the best player. But we're going to talk about all of that. Kevin De Bruyne has been a blessing to the Premier League. Like, I'm a Man United fan. We all know this. But I'm not a hater. He has been a blessing to the Premier League. His creativity, his passing ability, his ball striking, his IQ, his drive with the ball, underrated athleticism, left foot, right foot, big games, big moments, losing, winning. Kevin De Bruyne ticks every single box. And I have a thing, right? You can be a Premier League legend. You could be a Premier League all-time great. You could be in the all-time 11. But there's some people that I think need to fall into this kind of category, which I call like the undoubtables. Like they tick every metric in what it takes to be a Premier League, like, how can I say, like alumni. Like they're just like in a different stratosphere, right? That's achievements. Kevin De Bruyne is a serial winner. That's talent. Kevin De Bruyne is one of the most talented players to ever play in the Premier League, especially in his position. Moments. Kevin De Bruyne has countless moments in the Premier League. Individual honours. Kevin De Bruyne has that. And for me, I always say, I know I just mentioned talent, but there's something more than talent. I call it the special gift. Kevin De Bruyne has that. Something that just sets you apart. Where it's like, even if somebody had your skill set, they can't do what you do. Because you just have something different. That is Kevin De Bruyne for me. Those 5 things put him in the undoubtables. Undoubtables. Like, you know, there's some players, let's say Ryan Giggs. He has achievements, he's super talented, he has moments, he has individual honours, and he's a special player. But you can talk to the odd person, they might be like, well, he was never the best player in his team, and maybe that this and that. So he's doubted a little bit. You can say that about Beckham. You can say that about loads of players. Gerrard, he didn't win. And he didn't achieve. I'm not saying he's not all-time great, but he didn't achieve. So you have these players that, yes, they are certified legends, but the undoubtables are the ones that tick every single box. Like, you can't doubt them. You can't doubt them. You can't doubt KDB's talent with the all-time greats. You can't doubt his gift. He's got the individual honours. He's got the moments. He's got the achievements. Some people have 4 of these things. Some people have 3. Some people have all 5. And one day I'm going to make a list of my undoubtables. And I'll do an episode on that. But Kevin De Bruyne, let's talk about him, man. This is... You know what? I always say, right, when you talk about the word devastating, I just think about Kevin De Bruyne. And let me tell you why, right? When KDB used to pick up that ball on the half turn and drive at your defense, right? Has there ever been a player in the Premier League that you just knew that while he's running with the football, he is going to produce a moment of absolute quality at the end of it? I think he's the most inevitable player when he was in that kind of mode that I've seen in the Premier League. When Kevin De Bruyne was running at your defense on a counter attack, you knew he was going to pick out the right pass. You knew it was going to be the perfect weight, and you knew that likely, if it's not a pre-assist, he's getting the assist or he's scoring. He just had this air about him which was different from others. And you know what? A lot of the talk, right, in the Premier League is about like Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, and all this type of stuff. But I feel like with KDB, right, when I look at him amongst those three, right, and I don't ranking people different eras and positions, whatever, it's all tough. I'm not really here to do a rank. But he's got the drive of a Steven Gerrard. He's got the passing ability of a Paul Scholes. And he's got that kind of air of inevitability that Frank Lampard had, that creates that final third passing. He has all of these things. Assist numbers. He's got more assists than all of them. Like, he's got more assists than Frank Lampard, who was just, if you look at his numbers, it's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? If you look at KDB's ratio, if you look at his ratio for assists, let me get this up. All-time assists in Premier League history. Kevin De Bruyne has 118 assists in the Premier League. Like, Ryan Giggs is gone. You know what I mean? 162, unbelievable. But you look at the list of the players that are on there. Kevin De Bruyne, Cesc Fabregas, Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, Dennis Bergkamp, David Silva, Steven Gerrard. These are some of the best passers, best final third passers in Premier history. And KDB, for me, alongside Cesc Fabregas, I think they're the two best final third passers in Premier League history. In terms of being able to create from any angles, be able to get the weight of pass perfectly, to be able to deceive, to be able to execute. I think those two are the two best in the league. KDB had a trademark on that side, whipping the ball across, which we all know about. I used to get onto him. There was one season, I think it might have been the COVID year, where he was just hanging on the right-hand side, crossing. And I was like, why has Pep turned him into this type of player? It was kind of getting on my nerves. But he unlocked that. He mastered that, He mastered that trait of just being able to whip it in between the defender and the goalkeeper in that no man's land zone. That's that danger zone. That's that red zone where no defender wants to go and the goalkeeper doesn't want to come out to. KDB mastered that. He mastered that, and he got so many assists for that. What he's done with Erling Haaland now, what he did with Sergio Aguero, he fed Raheem Sterling, he fed Gabriel Jesus. Anyone that was, who wants to eat? Kevin De Bruyne is providing lunch and dinner. This guy, I don't even want to just talk about his assists. It's his quality for me. That's what, for me, when you look at Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, I think Scholes has the most quality out of those three in terms of natural gift. I think Gerrard is the all-rounder. I think, obviously, Frank Lampard is the goal scorer. But it's like Kevin De Bruyne had a bit of all of them. He had a bit of all of them. And for me, you're talking about quality. He's right there with Paul Scholes in terms of pure quality. The ball striking ability that Kevin De Bruyne could generate was devastating. It was devastating. Left foot, right foot. You guys remember, right? And I think this is the moment where, not the moment, because obviously you have a lot of moments with Kevin De Bruyne, but you know the moment where you're just like, where you actually just have to sit back and just be like, this guy is peak. That Wolves game, you guys know what I'm talking about. 4 goals against Wolves, all off his lefty. When Man City needed him the most. All off his lefty. 4 goals from midfield. That's when I was like, yeah, listen, this guy's demonic. And then you think about the moment Gundogan's winner in that Aston Villa game. That doesn't happen without Kevin De Bruyne's will to win. Kevin De Bruyne said that day, we are winning this Premier League. We are winning this Premier League. We don't care what's going on over at Liverpool. We don't care what's going on. We are taking control of this situation. We're not relying on anybody. Kevin De Bruyne willed Man City to victory that night. Shout out Gundogan, 100%. But that the way Kevin De Bruyne got down the side, whips it. That's a will to win. That's a will to win. And the thing is, he's very unfair. I'm not here to talk about Champions League, even though he's the greatest player in Champions League history for Man City, even though he has so many countless brilliant European nights. But we're here to just talk about Kevin De Bruyne and the Premier League. And I want to see where you guys rank him. I'm going to leave that to you guys for now, because I want to do another episode on that. Where do you guys rank him in the Premier League greatest of all time? Let me tell you when I first kind of was like, yeah. You know, obviously KDB had that season under Pellegrini, and we all know what he did at Wolfsburg. But he had that season with Pellegrini where you were thinking, this guy's talented. Of course, he's a brilliant player. But you know, when I was like, this guy might be, this is darkness. It's that game, right? Manchester City 2016-17 versus Manchester United 2016-17. Of course, Man United and Man City walked into that fixture, I believe, both with 100% record. Jose Mourinho versus Pep. This was all the build-up. Jose's back. Manchester United are here. Man United are going to now start competing. Man City are loading up their squad. It's going to be proper, hey, Manchester at the top, right? That's what it felt like. And Kevin De Bruyne just gets the ball. I think Eric Bailly might have misread it, or Daily Blind, I think it was. Just gets the ball, kicks it past him. 1v1 at Old Trafford with De Gea, and just wraps it near post. The net sound, you just heard the net. Just celebrates at OT. That moment, I was like, something just clicked there where it's like, this is a big player. This is a huge player. This is a huge player. And from there, it was just game over. But honestly, you can't wax lyrical more about him. Like a lot of people, you know, I'd be messing around and running agendas on him and stuff when I'm playing around with Fuad and stuff. But this guy, you have to take your hat off when you see greatness. And for me, it's not only about how good he is. I always keep saying it's about the quality. I love quality. And he ticks that in abundance. For me, I was having a discussion with my boys. They didn't have him in Pep's Guardiola's all-time 11. Kevin De Bruyne is firmly in that for me. I think he's firmly in the all-time 11 for for Pep Guardiola. What he's done with him. And you know, some people will say, well, Man City won Premier League without him when he was injured and stuff, which is fine. They did. But they've also won 3-4 with him. Do you know what I mean? They've also won 3-4 with him. So if that's what people want to use to diminish his quality, I think it's silly, because KDB, when he's playing, he's the big dog. It's his football team. It's not like he's riding coattails. It's his football team when he's fit and starting. They go through him. Every single player at the club say he's the best player. So us turning around and saying, well, they won a Premier League without him, I think it's just a bit nitpicking. I think, as I always say, every single legend, they have a little black mark on their career when you look at it. Ronaldo, where's your World Cup? Where's your knockout round goals? Neymar, where's your World Cup? You ain't won without Messi. You know what I mean? Messi just finally ticked it off by winning his World Cup. He's like, yeah, closed chapter. Henry, where's your final goals? Salah, 1 MPG in a final. Drogba, did you score enough? Van Nistelrooy, where's your Champions League knockout round records? It's not really that good. You know, everyone has something, and that's Kevin De Bruyne's. Man City won a title without him. Does it diminish how much his influence on the team is? Maybe you can say that. Man City are a well-oiled machine. Pep Guardiola is arguably the greatest coach of all time. But at the same time, you know, these things happen. And I want you guys to let me know what your favorite Kevin De Bruyne moments are. What your favorite KDB moments are. But honestly, guys, like, I'm happy. I'm happy he's leaving the league. Let me see what his record is against Man United. KDB record against Manchester United. This is just one of them players that when he used to pick up the ball in certain areas, even though I don't feel like him, like he destroys Man United like that, but well, he kind of does. You know, he's got a good record against us. Let's see. No, really and truly, his record is okay. He's got 6 assists and 3 goals. So that's what I mean. He doesn't really like destroy us, but he just has that air, that aura when he's on the ball that you know you have to retreat. You know your heart starts pumping. I still say there's no player at Man City history that feared me as much as Kun Aguero, though. That's just whatever. But I want to know from Man City fans, is Kevin De Bruyne the GOAT for Man City? Because I struggle to see someone over Aguero for what he means to the club. Obviously, City fans can say more, but the last minute goal, the all-time scorer, I just feel like it's Aguero, but he never won a Champions League and stuff, so people might say, but I just feel like it's Aguero. But KDB's right up there. If you're talking about Premier League legacies and stuff, you can have a different discussion. Man City, I don't know, it just feels like, but even then, Aguero is still right up there. It's a weird one. It's a very, very, very tough one when it comes to KDB and Man City's all-time greats, because there's KDB, there's Silva, there's Yaya, there's Company, there's Aguero, I guess Rodri's are coming up in there, there's Haaland and all these type of players. So City have had options. City have had a lot of options. But I just look at this guy as ultimate quality. And as I said, like, devastating. He's got that creativity. He's got that big goals. He's got that. I mean, every team that that you support, guys, he's done works against. Arsenal, we've seen it in that title game, that big game the 2 seasons ago. Kevin De Bruyne said, yeah, I'm deciding that fixture. Gets past, runs down that side, bottom bins. That Chelsea game, do you remember that Chelsea game when he burst through at Stamford Bridge and whipped it with his left foot? Or the one at the Etihad when he gets the ball and just whips it into the bottom corner, top bins. The guy has just got too much quality, you know? And my thing about him is I don't look at him in the same way I look at, like, when people are doing Premier League rankings and they have him, you're comparing him with Scholes, you're comparing him with Vieira, comparing him with Keane. He's a completely different player. KDB was in that new hybrid kind of mode where he's like he's an attacking midfielder. Comparing him to some guys who are playing a lot of their careers in centre midfield where they're having to knock the ball about or they're defending that's not KDB. I think in the mold that KDB is, the player that he is, that hybrid kind of role, he's the best, probably he's the best in Premier League history. He's the best in Premier League history at that. But you're talking about the word best. Greatness is always a peculiar word for me. It's always an interesting word because greatness, you could say, oh, this guy scored more goals, this guy got more assists, this guy did this, or who knows, right? You could do all these type of things. But I think the word best is the best one, is perfect for him. Like, was KDB better, more talented, more quality than Frank Lampard? I would say so, yes. Can you argue that Lampard is greater? You could say yes. But I think as the best player in that position, it's KDB. It's KDB. You know, when you're thinking about in that kind of mold, that just devastating mold. And you know, there's something that somebody was talking about, right, when it came to Kevin De Bruyne, and I saw it. Let me try and get this up right now. Yeah, it was about his catalog. His catalog is crazy. If you want to see some beautiful long screamers, if you want to see some great finishes, the way he just puts the ball in the back of the net ruthlessly, go and check out KDB's goal catalog. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm looking at Twitter now. Let me get this up. My OBS is messing up, so I can't get it up. But talking about this kind of City pool era, or you're talking about the generation. I thought Hazard is the best player. Hazard and Aguero, David Silva, there's a few players are the best players of the era kind of before. I feel like, even though, of course, Hazard crossed over with KDB, I feel like when I stopped seeing Hazard as the best player in the league, I looked at Kevin De Bruyne. And you're looking at this kind of like City pool kind of era. I think he's the best player of that this era. You know what I mean? Of that kind of generation. You know the generation I'm talking about. Like, not Hazard's generation, because Hazard literally joined the Premier League in 12-13. So not Hazard's generation, but after that, I think KDB is the best player of his generation in the Premier League. Honestly, I really do. I think he's that good. Listen, I just seen, you know, he won 18 trophies in 10 years. But guys, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm off to go and cook. You know, some people need to be gone for the league to be better. Some people need to be gone, bro. He will go and step out on his own. If KDB wanted you gone, he will go and do it himself. If KDB wanted you gone, he will step out 10 toes himself. I seen him do it. He'll wake up in the morning before he even brushes his teeth. He's out going and getting goals and assists. That's Kevin De Bruyne. I seen him do it. Wait, listen. When he was coming, it was like when, you know, in The Wire, when Omar coming. Yeah, KDB coming. Yo, KDB's coming. Yo, everybody scatter. He's looking who can I feed. He's generous. Sometimes, bro, I used to see some City players. They needed a goal. Maybe they had a drought. Foden, Jack Grealish. They're like, yo, please, sir. I want some more. What did Oliver Twist say? I want some more. Kevin De Bruyne's like, I got y'all. Honestly, man, listen, the guy's gone. You know what I mean? You know, it's like when the streak ended. It's time, man. The streak is over, KDB, bruh. Left after the 4-peat. It's time. Who's going to be the Brock Lesnar now? It's time, man. KDB. You were a good dude, bruh. Hey. The league's going to be a better place without you, man. Yo, it's your boy, CultureCams. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Listen, guys, man. KDB's gone. Absolute legend. I'm going to do my Premier League rankings soon anyway. Oh, no, midfield rankings. I'm going to do a midfield tier list soon anyway. So you guys are going to see all of that. But, man, I'm about to go and cook. I've got steak. What should I throw on the grill today? Steak? KDB leaving day. I'm going to decide. Maybe some steak and some asparagus. Maybe some little mash on the side. You know what I mean? I'm out, people. Peace. Like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. Let's get to 30K. I'm out. Peace.